Hey Flosstube, this is Veronica with Night Stitch, and I have a Flosstube update today. Today is Thursday, April 24th, 2025, and I'm here with another update. Okay, well, this first one is a piece of fabric that I wanted to show you. I said last time that I was going to restart my flamingo. And I'm not going to show you a picture of the clip art flamingo that I always put up here because I think I'm going to actually try to get the mock-up with the words on the flamingo made into like a digital image so that I can show you that instead. So this fabric is called Winter's Glow, and it's by Fibralicious, and it's 32 count Lugana, and I picked it because it's that same aqua color that my aquamarine fabric was. It's got a little more yellow in it, but that's okay. It's mainly aqua, so it'll work. So this is a fat quarter. The other one was a fat eighth, so this one will definitely be big enough. I'm also going to just start the flamingo on here so I can get some progress done on it. I'm not going to wait till I pull it because it's a gift and I want to start it. So okay, this one is a finish, well, an FFO. This is day number 8 of the Doreen Jones Christmas Advent Calendar, and I finally FFO'd it, and on the back looks like that. So yeah, day number 8. There's that. This is Stanley. This is by Ellen Schinderman, and it's out of the Heroes and Villains edition of the Mr. X Stitch magazine. So this was my full coverage temperature stitch for this week, and this is a fabric I dyed myself, and this is where I got to. Trying to work the diagonal out this way and then down a little. It doesn't really look like a diagonal right now, but I was doing cross country inside here, and I filled in some of the empty spaces. So I worked on this on April 18th, April 21st, and April 22nd. The temperature for April 18th was 50 degrees. The temperature for April 21st was 50 degrees. Temperature for April 22nd was 69. So when I do my temperatures, the last digit of the temperature determines how many stitches I put in. So if the temperature ends in an even number, I do 50 stitches. So on April 18th and April 21st, this got 50 stitches both days. And if the temperature ends with an odd number, then I do 100 stitches. So on April 22nd, this got 100 stitches. So that means that I put in 200 stitches total on this. And this is, why do I not have the dimensions in the computer? It's probably because then I can go and look on the paper and you guys can watch me fiddle around. That's probably why. This is 106 wide by 70 high. And it has 7,950 stitches total. I put in 200 stitches, so now it has 385 stitches. It's at 4.84% and it has 7,565 stitches left. Okay, this one is Wine and Dessert by Soda Stitch. And I'm doing it like this. And this design is 103 high by 204 wide. I'm doing this on Jadeite by Fiberlicious. It's 32 count Lugana. Oh, and Stanley, I was doing 2/1 full cross on 25 count Lugana. So this is the fabric. It fits on half, which is cool because I can use the other half for something else later. So this is what I have so far. I worked in the napkin under the bread and the cutting board. I filled all of that in, and so now that is done. So the next time I pull it out, I can backstitch that section because it's all filled in. Alright, so I said it was 103 high by 204 wide, and it has 21,012 stitches total. I started calculating statistics in January of 2025, so anything I say now is what I've added on to the pattern. I already had like the wine bottle in the middle and some of the checkerboard done before I started calculating, so let's see. So I put in 347 stitches. Okay, hang on. So I only worked on this for one day this time. I've pulled it before this month. So in my Excel sheet, I have total April stitches, which is 347. But, man, I was trying to get the light not to do such a harsh shadow on my face, but anyway, lighting problems. So at least you can see the cross stitch, which is the important part. This session I put in 170 stitches is what I was trying to say. So now it has 1,819 more stitches than it did before, and it's at 8.66%, and it has 19,193 stitches left. So I've been holding that up a long time, so you've probably seen it for a while. Yeah. I'm doing that 2/2 with DMC thread. And the Stanley, I'm also using DMC thread. This one is Christmas Red Wine, and this is by Modern X Stitch on Etsy or Piccola Parigi on Etsy. The pattern name when I got it said Modern X Stitch, but the Etsy shop itself is called Piccola Parigi. So this was a Whip Go piece, and I'm doing it on Magnolia Magic by Fiberlicious. It's 32 count Lugana. And I'm using DMC thread that is sticking to the fabric, because apparently static These are blends, so I put them on floss cards so that I don't have to pull them from the master set. I don't keep blends in my master set, so blends go on floss cards and the floss cards stay with the project. So this is what I have now. I filled in some of the 3865, that's the white color, up at the top. Not the very top, but like the here in the middle. Right up in here. I did that this time. So this is a whip go. And it was funny because my whip go goal was to add 0.03%, which was 7 stitches. So I completed that. And then I went ahead and stitched 113 more stitches. So this is 139 high by 166 wide, and it has 23,074 stitches total. I put in 120 stitches. So now it has 923 stitches total, or in it so far. It's at 4.00% done exactly, and it has 22,151 stitches left. And my whip go goals are done for this. I thought about pulling again with like a different prompt, but I was like, it's fine, I'll just add more stitches to it and then count my whip go goal as done. This is my second whip go for April. This is Summer Sampler, which I should have the paper pattern for. Oh. When I actually put in the right spot, Summer Sampler by Cooler Design Studio. I think I'll just show it like this. I have papers in the back, my working copies, and I don't want them to fall out when I pull this out, so I'll just show like this. Summer Sampler by Cooler Design Studio. It is design, like the artwork is designed by Sandy Orton. And I really like this because summertime is my favorite season. So I'm doing this on Ocean Mist by Fiberlicious. It's 32 count Lugana. Damn it. And I didn't put this back with the wine piece. So I guess you guys get to watch me fiddle around while I put this in. Isn't it fun? I like Flosstube, even though I'm apparently really bad at doing it. So, my goal for this one was to finish one length of thread. So I usually cut my thread to be 36 inches. And then I fold it in half to do the loop start, so then I have 18 inches of thread to work with. And I usually get about 47 stitches when I stitch over 2 on 32 count, so that's what I put in, 47 stitches. So this is the whole thing. I love this fabric too, it's great. So here, let me fold it in such a way that you can see where I worked. I worked right up in here, this part right here. So the pattern is 224 high by 168 wide. And it has 37,632 stitches total. I put in 47 stitches, and it has 1,047 stitches in it now, and it's at 2.78%, and there's 36,585 stitches left. So my whip go goal is done, because I was able to put one length of floss in here. And I'm very excited because that means this project has now been released from WIPCO, which means after, not this week, but after like next week, I can start having it be potentially pulled for just regular, working on it as a regular whip, which I'm excited about because I really like this one. God. Label. Okay. I have also been pulling some fabric for Mania to show you what I'm going to be putting projects on. This is one of them. This is going to be the driving sampler. This is out of the Cross Stitch Crazy magazine, I believe. And it's called Lavender Mist, and it's 32 count Lugano by Fiberlicious. And I have pins in here to mark the center, so I gotta be careful not to poke myself. But I figured I would do that so that I can save some time on the days in Mania when I actually want to start things. So this is the fabric, and I picked it because the driving sampler is one that I charted, like I rearranged the little icons. I did not chart them, like they're not my design. Can I show you? Yeah, okay. The driving sampler is designed by Cheryl McKinnon. And so I rearranged them all into like a sampler style. It's more like the summertime sampler. It's like just all kinds of icons all hanging out together. It's not... I like samplers like that, where there's just all kinds of things just scattered about, and then you stitch all the little things. So I'm calling that a sampler, so that's what I mean by that. But I rearranged all the little things. I didn't use all of them. There's like, I don't know, 20 or 30 different little pictures, and I picked the ones that were my favorites and I put those in. So that is that. I don't know who's... Oh God. There's a hair in here now. My hair, because I don't have any pets. So I don't know who's... Like, I'm assigning whips to my token characters for Monopoly, and I don't know whose piece this is, but that doesn't matter. I'll tell you that when I start it for Stitch Mania. Oh, I also decided for Stitch Mania, because there's 20 pieces total, and Stitch Mania is about start one every day, so I realized that my Monopoly game is gonna be like, I'm gonna have to... I was trying to decide whether I should just start a project on May 1st before I play the Monopoly game, or have the Monopoly game decide which project I start on May 1st. And I think what I decided was that the Monopoly game will decide what start I start. So I'm gonna probably have to, if I do that, then I'll have to film a Monopoly round, like one Monopoly thing, because I won't have to use all 4 players for the first day, because it's just one project per day. And so every business day I'm gonna start a project, and then the Monopoly thing was to make it fun for me to figure out what prompts to like what I should do on the projects. Like I use stitch counts, so the Monopoly game is basically to help me work on the Mania projects, because last time I did Mania, I started one thing every day in the first 15 days of May and then never worked on them like consistently ever. And so I still have Mania projects from 2018. And so in order to prevent that this time, that's why I'm doing the Monopoly game. So I'll have to figure that out, but I will, because I do. So this next whip is done on Persephone, and it is 28 count Opal Lugana. And this is Halloween Pumpkins by Peacock and Fig, and I'm gonna have a lot of fun editing this because I said that out of order. Normally I say the pattern first and then I show the fabric, so I'm gonna confuse myself when I edit, which is awesome. So here's what it is. I did quite a bit on it because I was like, this needs more stitches on it. So let me find, oh, there, lovely. It's right where I wanted it. So it's 90, oh, whatever. I'm just gonna have a shadow on my face and stop worrying about it. This is 90 high by 70 wide. It has 6,300 stitches in it. Not in it, total. One day I will do this perfectly. No, I won't. I'm not perfect. And then I laughed because that was such a ridiculous comment. Okay, I put in 194 stitches. Now it has 275 stitches total. Ugh. Now it has 275 stitches in it. It's at 4.37%. I can't. Now I'm gonna laugh because I keep messing up my shit. Okay. It has 6,025 stitches left. And I set a goal on this to finish the current pumpkin, which I'm still working on. But I like how much I got done on him. I got to the edge, the other side of the pumpkin, so that's how big it is, left to right. I think I got to the bottom of him too, but I can't be positive. I did get to the top because that's the little stem up there, so. And his eyes are like charted to be like DMC glow in the dark or something, but I'm gonna use my petite treasure braid that I got with my Arctic Animals glow in the dark, and I'm gonna use that for his eyes, so he's gonna be glowy. Okay. All right, this next one is a Mania pull. Oh, this one's for Batman. I labeled it. I was also gonna try to put every Mania piece, that like all of Batman's pieces, in one bag, so I don't have to have like 20 extra bags, because I already have a lot of whips. So okay, to save myself some space, I suppose. So this one is Return to Eden. This is 32 count Lugana by Fiberlicious. And hang on, maybe I need my notes for my Stitch Mania. Maybe that would be better. Okay, here we go. This is slightly better. So now you can watch me fiddle around my magazines. Alrighty, so this Return to Eden is gonna be on this, I'm gonna do this car. So I called it the Dad Car number 19. Except that's not. Except that this note is not on the right thing if this is for Dad Car. For fuck's sake. Okay, whatever. I'm just gonna show you the fabric and I'll figure out my nonsense later. So here's Return to Eden. It's brown and pink and green. Ah. I know what it is. It's this. Nope. This one. The dice down here. That's what I'm putting on Return to Eden. Which is Batman's piece. Which is correct. Okay, this one is another Mania fabric. This is Petals to the Metal by Fiberlicious. It's 32 count Lugana. And that one is gonna be this Love You thing down here. So that's what this is gonna be. It's purpley and blue and yellowy. And I think I can put it up here and it'll fit because it's only like 50 stitches by 40 stitches. All of those are really small and I was thinking of either putting them on like cards or something or ornaments and possibly giving them away as a set for like one of my crafting retreat gift exchange things at some point in the future. So that was my plan for those. Next is I have a finish. This is Post Snap and it's done on Singing in the Rain by Fiberlicious. It's 32 count Lugana. And I'm done. And this is what it looks like. And I substituted the black backstitch words for Fiberlicious Caribbean Carnival. And everything else is DMC as charted, and it is 2/2 full cross. Alright, Control Find. This is 70 high by 70 wide. It is 897 stitches. And let's see, the last time I showed you I had 301 stitches. I put in 596 stitches since the last time I showed you. And it got finished. Yay. I think I have space at the top and the bottom maybe to put some advent calendar stitches, so I'll probably keep this out so I can put some of those on there. Yay, another pattern off my pattern list. This is a fabric that I got. I was looking at my Haunted Welcome piece by Stony Creek, and I pulled it a couple times for New Start, but I realized I was gonna have like just a itty bitty margin on the fabric that I chose for it because it's only a fat eighth. So I ordered this one. This is the same color, called This Is My Jam, but it's 32 count Lugana, and it's a fat quarter. And it's not opalescent. The other one was 28 count opalescent Lugana, and this is my jam. But I thought the Halloween project would look really good on this because I think it's mostly black. So I thought the like orangey, yellow, pinky fabric would be perfect for it to like stand out. So I'm gonna do it on this. And Fiberlicious sent me this free gift with my fabric, which I was very surprised by. It's green and then brown and pink and cream, like variegated floss. So that was exciting. And I say surprised by because she doesn't always include a free gift. So when you do get one, it's like, happy mail. So I love the little stickers she puts on too. They're very cute. So, okay, this one is the one that I'm gonna do this car on. Which I even have on here because sometimes I do mark things correctly. So this is Naiad. This is Under the Sea Fabrics. It's 32 count Lugana. And it's a little scrap piece, so there. Everything is figured out. Here's another one. This is, this happens to be Transcendent, which is the piece I was going to use for the black and white Doctor Who, but then I realized I can't. So now I get to repurpose it. So it's 32 count Lugana, and it's by Fiberlicious. And I think this one is for one of the Christmas. So I have this Just Cross Stitch Christmas edition. It's the 2024 special holiday issue. And I have notes in here, which is why I'm looking in here. Okay, so I'm gonna do the North Wind here. On Transcendent. And I'm only gonna need half of it, but that's what the whole thing looks like. And where I've marked is where I'm gonna start, so I'm just gonna use half. So it'll be like this. So. Oh, also, if you don't understand something that I'm saying, it's fine. I'm not going to be mad about it because I think once I start stuff and I show you, then it becomes more like, okay, that's what she meant kind of thing. So it's fine. You don't have to worry about me not explaining things. Just laugh if you... It's fine. So that is Transcendent. Okay, this next one is going to be for Nordic Yuletide. This is Memories in the Rain by Fiberlicious. And I have the card with a different project, which is his Savior's Words, so that's why I have this card in here. So you've seen this fabric before, so this is what it looks like. And I think I was going to do it this way because I think it fits vertically. Like, it's not very wide on 16 count, so. And I'm just going to be using DMC for everything that I've talked about so far. I don't think any of them really called for fancy floss. They were saying DMC, or they had Anchor or Sullivan, which is like just other brands of like regular cotton floss that have DMC equivalents. So I'll just be using DMC. Oh, guess what I did? I forgot to put this in the thing. I might title this video the one where I forget to put all the index cards back in. I know they're not index cards, but they're little papers that mark my fabric so that I know what they are. And I keep forgetting to put them in. What's that, like the 7th one today? Alrighty. This one is going to be super exciting. And I'm being very sarcastic because it's literally just white fabric that I got from my LNS. And if you're asking yourself, but why, Veronica? You've said you hate stitching on white fabric, so what are you doing? I'll show you. So these black work bookmarks from the Cross Stitch Crazy. Right here, I'm going to be doing the kite and the hot air balloons. And this one uses not black, so I thought it fell down, of course, because why would gravity be on my side? So that's why I thought I'll just get white, and then of course I had to buy a piece because I don't have any plain white fabric. I got 28 count Lugana, and yeah, I'll just do that. And I did have a friend at the Stitchy meetup tell me that black fabric also works for colorful black work, which she's right, but I had already gotten the white, so I was like, I'll just stick with the white, and then if I like this and I want to do it again and I want to do it on black, then I will. But so that is why that is plain white fabric. This next one is also exciting because it's another finish. This is Doreen Jones' calendar, advent calendar, day number 9. I finished it. And I substituted Krynic in here. So there's a lot of little like Christmas lights in there. I substituted Krynic number, if I can find it. I should just do a control find, but too late. Okay, there it is. So I used Kreinik 1300 in the tree. And then up in the border there's white. But I was like, you know what? I'm going to use Kreinik 032, which is white, but it's glittery. So I did that instead. So this is 44 high by 25 wide. And it has 849 stitches. This fabric is Maldives by Fiberlicious. It's 28 count opal lagana. And last time I showed you it had 556 stitches in it. I put in 293 more, which got it to finish. Got it to a finish. So I'm gonna have to put that on an envelope. Looking at it like, could I put another one on there? But no. I think last time I tried to do that and the margins got real close. And I may do, but I don't think I'll do that again. So I gotta FFO that. This is Arctic Animals Stitch Along by Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery, and I'm doing it on Ashes to Ashes by Fiberlicious. It's 32 count lagana. And I got A and N in Animals finished. This is 166 high by 126 wide. I'm doing it 2/2 with DMC thread and then Petite Treasure braid for the glitter. So there's 20,916 stitches total. Last time that I showed you, it had 13,907 stitches in it. It was at 66.49% and it had 7,009 stitches left. I put in 172 more stitches. It now has 14,079 stitches in it. And it's at 67.31% and it has 6,837 stitches left. That's probably more than it actually has because it's not full coverage and I'm on the last clue at the bottom, so the numbers are probably not accurate, but that's fine. My next goal on this is ultimately to finish the project before April 29th, so that's fine. I think I can do that. Because I want to take a photo of it and put it in the Frosted Pumpkin group like I had been doing for all the other clues, and then I can get entered in a drawing to get a gift card. So, and the gift card this time is a higher value because it's the end of the project, which is exciting. This is Farm Fresh. This is by Dimensions. And take the frame off because I actually have so this is 14 count white Aida. And that's wonder, maybe I should move my needle minder. Needle minder is from Needle Attractions on Facebook. Let's see. Hang on, let me control find here. Alrighty, 84 high by 84 wide, 7,056 stitches total. My goal was to finish the carrots in the truck, which I did. I brought this to one of my Stitchy meetups. Last time I showed you it had 576 stitches in it. I put in 470 more, so now it has 1,046 stitches total, well, done, in it. It's at 14 point, well, last time I showed you it was at 8.16%. Now it's at 14.82%. It had 6,480 stitches left. Now it has 6,010 stitches left, which is exciting. So I think my next goal is to finish the word fresh. Just trying to decide what order to show stuff. I might actually put this frame back on here so that I have it. Because I've realized if you don't put something in between the frame, it's like really hard to pull apart, which is good because it means the magnets are strong. But to save myself some headache, it's good to have the frame in something. So I've learned. Okay, I think I'll update these things. So Stanley is part of my saving shopping, but he's also the temperature. But the temperature is like when I show you when I worked on it. So afterwards, I take the total that I stitched and I subtract it from the number of skeins from last time, which was 56. And we subtract 200 from... Sorry, that was really squeaky. Oh, okay, fine. Don't stay on the marker. Stay on the table, I guess. So 5,400 stitches now. Which is 54 skeins. And then the grand total is now 7,800. So this is the paper version. This is a game by Stitchy Stitches. It's called Saving Shopping, and you're pretending to kit up a project with stitches, and you get a reward. My reward that I gave to myself was to pick anything off of my hate wish list because I couldn't decide which one I wanted first because they're all awesome. So I'm using any full coverage project to apply to this, and I added Stanley because that was the first time I worked on it since I started this. So this total now is going to get updated. cross off, and now it's 78. Hundred. And I'm keeping track of the skeins. This is what I started with, and I'm keeping track of the skeins digitally. Alright, that is... Now we have my whip go board, which we can also update because I finished my whip go. I finished both of them on April 23rd. So we have Summer Sampler, which was number 4, and my goal was to finish one length of floss, which I did, which turned out to be 47 stitches. That is now marked off. And this one here, the goal was to add 0.03%, but because of the size of the pattern, it turned out to be 7 stitches. But then I ended up doing ended up doing 120 stitches on April 23rd, which means that one is also checked off. So I'll have a bingo. That's exciting. All right, so that is all of that. So I'm going to show you some stuff I got from GW Stitch and Depot on Etsy. This shop makes acrylic. Well, I think she makes stuff other than acrylic, but I usually get the acrylic stuff. Acrylic like floss organizers. Like this. There's a white one as well. It's clear, so I mean, there. Maybe this? I don't know. Okay, so basically it's just a floss card, but it's acrylic. So... And then I wrote on it with Sharpie, which she says you can like erase with dry erase marker. But I thought the glare actually works for this, so you can actually see it. I kitted up my Mill Hill Town Square on this. And I have this. And I did use another kind of Sharpie. It was like... this kind of Sharpie. I don't know if it's really small and like, yeah, you can see it written on there. Anyway, you can like write directly on it, and to get it off you use a dry erase marker and you like scribble over it and then wipe it off. So yeah, I really like her shop. I got the clear bobbins from her before too. These, I was gonna try to do all of my DMC on these, but then realized my floss case doesn't really fit them very well, so I decided I would just use the regular DMC bobbins, which I like, but then I'll use those other ones for other floss, like fancy floss. So thought I'd show you those. I think that's all that I have to show. Oh, I'm working on Christmas Advent Calendar day 10. Yeah, day 10. So this is by Doreen Jones, and I have it on a, like, I have something up here that I finished, so I measured down for the border for the other thing, and then I measured down some more so that, and I measured over, and I can fit another one over here, so, this is by Doreen Jones. I've been working on these, like, throughout the year. I need to get a move on, though. This is 44 high by 25 wide. It has 1,100 stitches total. I started this on April 18th. I put in 371 stitches, and it's at 33.73% done, and it has 729 stitches left. And my goal is to finish the polar bear's shirt. And the fabric is in here. The card's in here. It's Fall Foliage by Fiberlicious. It's 28 count opal Lugana. So I have that. I'm gonna pull my whips. I didn't get to In the Moment from last week or Punch Today from last week, so I'm just gonna throw those back in there, and we will shake for the whips. Portrait of me, Veronica. Portrait of Veronica. In the Moment. Okay. Good. Stuck together. Christmas in the kitchen. Fall, sweet fall. Punch Today. Perfect. Okay. I'm going to switch these out for my full coverage so we can pull my temperature piece for this week. Temperature for this week is Paris. Just loves to be pulled, doesn't it? Okay. I'm going to get the projects and show you. Okay, I'm gonna show you the whips for next week. This is gonna be the temperature piece for the week. This is Paris. This is by Riolis. This was another one of my Stitch Mania starts from 2018. That's how I know. I marked them. I'm doing this on 14 count Aida that came with the kit. It's got Paris printed around the border, and I almost have the top left quarter done. There's a few fill-in stitches left. And then I started working to the right hand side. This is Portrait of Veronica. This is the Mirabilia. I'm doing this on Monster Mash by Picture This Plus. It's 32 count Lugana. And I'm doing it 2/2 in full cross. And so far I have been seeing just DMC. Some of the Mirabilias use different brands, but I've gotten, that's upside down, this far on it, and I've just been using DMC. So I am doing 1/1 full cross for the, like, her arm and her face. This one is Christmas in the Kitchen. This is by Sue Hillis. I'm using Summer Soiree by Fiberlicious. It's 32 count Lugana. And I don't have a lot to say about it. I think it's really fun. And I was really happy with myself when I got the entire phrase in the kitchen done in one stitching session. This is Fall Sweet Fall by the Calico Confectionery. It is, I don't know if it's available anymore. I got it for free off Everything Cross Stitch, but they stopped doing free patterns. This is done on Elvis. It's 32 count Lugana by Fiberlicious. And I'm doing it with a bunch of color conversions. So I've got the list of colors in there, and I have all of the stuff in there. Floss is real staticky today. This is what I have. This is In the Moment. This is by Dimensions. The artist is Daphne Brissonette. I'm using Daydream by Fiberlicious. It's 32 count Lugana. that's the front here. And this one I'm using DMC because I foolishly threw the thread away when I got frustrated with it. Thankfully kept the pattern, so I just converted it to DMC. And then I'm doing it, there's like half cross, full cross, 3 strands, 4 strands, 900 strands, you know. So I'm just following the kit instructions. This one is another one. In the Moment was left over from last week, and it happened to get pulled again. Punch Today in the Face is also the same way. This is by Stitchspiration. This is out of the Heroes and Villains edition of the Mr. X Stitch magazine. And I'm doing a color conversion on this one as well. I'm doing red, white, and blue because I don't really like yellow. So this is done on Neverland by Fiberlicious. It's 28 count Opal Lugana. And I always open it upside down, but here it is right side up. I really like how it looks, and I feel like I don't know why I don't work on it. So I have a feeling it's because it's a lot of color block stitching, which is good because then I can get a lot of stitches, but then bad because I don't stitch on it, so then I get 0 stitches. Alrighty, those are the whips. So let me attach this microphone. Attach this, and then we'll shake for new starts. Oh, there's also one more thing out here. Why don't I do that first? No! I'm a big mess today. A big, big mess. So, I have this little list here. And if you'll notice, this is green car box. So, I have whips in here, and I wanted to know what I had, so I put stickers on the box, and this one is a green car, and then I also put like an American related one on the back, like a patriotic themed sticker on all the tubs I have, because I like it, but then I wanted to differentiate, so I put a green car on that one. But then this paper is what is in the box. But if you'll notice, I finished post-nap, so I'm gonna cross it off because it's no longer in there. Yay! Okay, and then that paper is going to go back inside the green car box so that I know what's in there. So that's what that's for. So let's shake for new starts. And I think you'll see, you've probably realized I haven't really started any of the new starts that I've pulled, just because I've kind of been busy trying to get my advent calendar ones done, even though I only started one. So also Easter was really busy because I had to make food, and then I basically just hung out with the family the entire time, so then I didn't really stitch, at least not for the day. I came home and I stitched at night, but so I've kind of just been trying to work on the things that I have rather than starting new things. But I like shaking it and pulling 5 starts anyway, so I always thought I would just keep doing it. Although I probably will put a pause on it during Mania, because during Mania I'm going to be starting one thing every day, so it'll kind of deter my need to do new starts. So we have mini fruit. Summer lemon. Whole apple pie. I feel like there's a theme going on. Watch, the next two will have nothing to do with food because I said that. Hee hee. Oh, Treasure Island. And I was right, this has nothing to do with food, but everything to do with pirates. Oh man. Oh, I've been waiting to pull that one. But I say that about a lot of things, so who knows. Ah, Cupcake House. So yeah, 4 out of the 5 were food. That's crazy, but fun. Alright. I think all of these are digital. Like the cover photos. Yeah, so I'm gonna probably edit out like the long parts where I'm looking for the thing, but I don't need to pause because my computer is right here in front of me. Alright, so Mini Fruit is by Author Embroid Design. It's the same designer on Etsy who designed the dragon that I have. Need a drink. So I like stitching food, so I thought this was cute. I'm probably not going to stitch them all separately. Make that bigger. This one is by Owl Forest Embroidery. It's Treasure Island, and I love Pirates of the Caribbean, so I thought, yeah, this is cool. And I know Treasure Island is a different movie. I'm not confusing the two. But I like the pirates, so. This one is Whole Apple Pie. This is from Daily Cross Stitch. It's just a free, well, okay. So every day Daily Cross Stitch sends one of their patterns to your email for free if you want it. And you can go to their website and get it, but it's only free for that one day. So, yeah, okay. I know how to use my computer. This is Summer Lemon. This is also from Daily Cross Stitch, and it's that same thing where it was free, but now it's not until they decide that it should be free again. And then this one is Maya Stitch Cupcake House, which is adorable. Did I miss one? No, I don't think so. Okay. Alright, those are all the cover photos of the new starts that I pulled. So, plans, manias coming up. I think, like, I still have to pull fabric for the last 10, 11 projects. So, Is my next floss tube gonna be before May? I think so. 4 plus 7. Nope, my next floss tube's gonna be May 1st. That'll be interesting because this is the first time the 1st has fallen on a floss tube day, and I've been doing recaps. So this may be one of those days where I do the recap the day before. Yeah, I might do that. So, okay, so since my first floss tube is gonna be on Thursday, that actually works out for Mania because I can do the Monopoly game in the floss tube video, which is what I was going to do. But then I was telling you that stuff, which some of you might not understand earlier, which was that I didn't know whether I wanted to use the Monopoly game to determine which Mania piece I start, because I have to start one every business day of the week in May if I want to do 20, which is what I have assigned. So I think I will, that actually works out. So I'll set up the Monopoly board for my next floss tube video. That'll be exciting. And I'll play a round, maybe I'll play a round of Monopoly, and it will pull 4 new starts, and then I'll show you those on the next floss tube video. Because 1, 2, 5, and 6 are going to be the Mania days. So that's 4. Because I'm not going to do a new start on the weekends just because I'm busy. I tend to be busier on the weekends than on the weekdays. Whatever. I think I'll just figure it out and show you. I don't think I need to try to explain my thought process, because sometimes I don't even know what my own thought processes are. So, alright, so plans. My calendar. I need to do my calendar. I really need to do my calendar. That needs to be the, like, I don't want to say focus, but I will say focus because it is going to be the focus. So, yeah. I have a bunch of other stuff, but I think with the way that I do things, I'll just end up doing a variety of things anyway. But so calendar stuff and Mania, I think, are going to be my plans anyway. I don't know, whatever. It's all scattered, and it's usually that way. If you've been on my channel, you know. So until next time, thank you everyone for liking, subscribing, watching, and commenting, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye.